Go.
Now we have these 12 new engines left. Now, I don't know if this might be in 2 parts or just 1 part, but I'm going to try to squeeze them all in. Try to go a little lower than 10 minutes. So let's start with Corina. So Corina is back now. She was gone for about a few months.
Aww.
So let me tell you her backstory. So I was originally in the process of making a new Corina model, but then when I saw Mega Hedgehog X make a custom Trackmaster Sonic steam engine for the first time, I was pretty intrigued and I wanted to do a custom Thomas Wood engine, but I wasn't willing to wait to get another Wood person to make Sonic, so I just did Sonic over Corina's model. It took me a while to get a new Corina to replace that model, but she's finally back. Now, I don't know whose OC Corina is, but I'm sure maybe you guys could tell me if you know, if you've seen Corina. And if you don't know, Corina is Paxton's girlfriend, which is pretty nice. So here's Corina. She was originally painted magenta, but now she's painted pink. So what do you think of Corina? Are you happy that she's back? I know I am. Here's another character who's coming back to my collection, and it's Logan. So Logan was also gone for a few months, or maybe even a few years, I don't know. I made him back in 2018, but I used him for something else. Don't know which model it was, but now I've got a new Logan, and he's 3D printed. His face is redrawn, because I don't know what happened to the old face. No, that's just the lines on his cheeks.
Gotcha.
And I don't know how good the wheels turn, because my dad actually sawed off all the chassis that I've been doing, and there's a little bit of this on the wheel, but I'm sure he might still work. I don't know. But if you guys like this new model of Logan, tell me in the comments. Here's a new character from my series. This is Rose Luck, and Rose Luck is an MLP character, and she's going to appear in episode 11, Lost in the Mines, which is a part 2. Episode 11 is Rarity's Magic. Episode 12 will be Lost in the Mines, which is a part 2 of Rarity's Magic. So she will be one of the engines in Lost in the Mines. So if you guys are looking forward to that episode, tell me in the comments. Now here's a character from Lady and Friends that isn't actually a new character, but this is Bianca, the ambulance engine. But she's new in a interesting way. She's actually made from a Thomas Wood Ashima model with a wooden railway chassis glued on there. She still has her old face, and she has a little bit of clay here to represent Arthur, Belle's model, because she's Belle's sister. So there's not much I could say about Bianca, but I think she looks good nonetheless.
Yep.
Now, here's the first human character I'm showing. This is Station Master Steve, who is a villain in Thomas No Gauge, and he will be appearing in more episodes of Thomas and Lady's Equestrian Adventures. He was in a backstory in episode 6, but he'll appear more. So what I did was I took a driver from the Birdie, the bus, and it's a spare one, by the way, and I just painted a white line over it. So that's Station Master Steve. He got ran over in Thomas No Gauge by Henry. So now let's take a look at this one. So this is Reginald from GWR Studios. Now normally Reginald's an E2, but this idea comes from Train Boy 17. So it's a Ginty / Oliver 3D printed body with a wooden railway chassis from my old D261. And the face comes from an old Take-Along Gordon.
Is it spray painted?
No, it's just acrylic paint.
I like this one.
So the color is a scrap color, like rusted. And Reginald is going to be in Train Heaven returning for my series, because Reginald died in GWR Studios. And Reginald is going to be the one who makes Albert reform, and they both get out of Train Heaven along with Proteus.
That one's my
So, if you guys are looking forward to seeing Reginald in my videos, tell me in the comments below. And thank you, Train Boy 17, for giving me the idea for Reginald. I think he's a pretty nice custom. Now let's take a look at Rex here. So Rex is one of the 3 Arlesdale engines. There's actually 5 if you count Jock and Frank, but they're both from the Railway series. And what's interesting about Rex is that he was a character from the Railway series a long time ago in 1945, whenever he was released as a character. If you guys know the birth of Rex, tell me in the comments. But Rex did not appear in the model series for a second, but that all changed in 2015 when the CGI series was good, before Sharon Miller was removed. I mean, after she was removed. Sorry if I'm getting confused, but I'm doing good. So Rex was brought into the CGI series along with Mike and Bert, and this is the first time we ever see Railway series characters come back. And the stories they are introduced in are Tit for Tat, Mike's Whistle, and Useful Railway. Those were from the Railway series in books, and they're official episodes of the CGI series. Now, Mattel missed the perfect opportunity to bring back Stepney, Lady, and Arthur, Murdoch, etc.
6.
because they are now focusing on being kid-friendly and whatnot. I mean, they are kid-friendly from the beginning, but they're doing a poor job now, like Sharon Miller did. When they made Journey Beyond Sodor, that's when things got downhill. And for those of you who don't know, I personally prefer the classic series. That mainly involves seasons 1 through 7. I am not a big fan of the Sharon Miller era because it's poorly written. But if you guys have not watched Thomas the Tank Engine, friends, then whatever you do, do not watch the CGI series. It's terrible. Unless if you like seasons 16 onwards before Journey Beyond Sodor. Those are fine because they brought back characters like these, and they removed some characters that are poorly written, like Bash Dash Ferdinand. But what do you think of Rex? I also have Mike and Bert. Bert's complete, and Mike's in my bathroom being painted. But anyways, that's Rex. He's also 3D printed, by the way.
7.
And I do love his face. Here's RJ, the diesel engine. So RJ is a character from the Superstation Showdown. His design is based off of the Journey Beyond Sodor diesels, like the mainland diesels, from a fan-made Journey Beyond Sodor parody. Don't know who made it, but I think they did a good job. And this custom looks pretty good. The main thing I like is his face, but it's not my favorite face, but this is RJ's main face, which is pretty interesting and unique, but I don't know. So what do you think of RJ? He was from the Superstation Showdown, and that's the only episode he appeared in Medieval Misadventures. Because he died permanently, because Freedom blew up Train Heaven, and no one can escape now. And not even Freedom and her parents can, because they were revived from the time-traveling breakdown train. But in the finale of Medieval Misadventures, they died a second time, so they're dead permanently. And there's rumors that there's a Medieval Misadventures reboot, but it's not most likely that Freedom and her parents will come back, because they're dead forever. And every villain in Medieval Misadventures has reconciled.
8 minutes.
So we have 4 customs left,
Ooh.
but let's take a look at Chocolate Covered Percy. From the famous Season 6 episode, Percy's Chocolate Crunch. He was one of a simple custom to make. The first thing I had to do was paint the red buffer beam and black buffers. And then what I did was, I took my brown acrylic paint, I painted over Percy's face. Now at first I protected his eyes with masking tape, but that backfired because his eyes got covered. So I had to repaint them, which is okay. But what I did was I just squirted brown paint all over the top here, and then it just dripped down
It
here.
looks really good.
So that's a pretty satisfying ASMR paint job.
Yeah, I like that.
So what do you think of Chocolate Percy? I don't know if I might use him because
9.
I thought about doing a remake, but maybe you guys can tell me if you'd like to see one. Now we have this engine. So this is Albert the narrow gauge engine, not to be confused with Albert the furnace railway engine. It was the E2 family who suggested Albert. And Albert, if you don't know, is Proteus's brother. So Albert might appear in episode 14, The Little Camelot Railway. And Albert's face is actually 16's face, but I just drew it like the other 16 face. And the chassis came from my old Lavender Emma model. The H family said he was going to make a brown Emma, but her old model was made into a new character that's a TSFC member, and her name is Elise, and she has Mia's face. That's pretty cool, and I would like to see Emma being painted brown whenever he gets the time to get a new Thomas. He said he was going to take a break from buying new trains, because he has a laptop coming in. I don't know when he said he was going to get it, but he did order a new laptop, so I can't wait to see that. And I can't wait to see him make more custom models in the future. But what do you think of Albert? Thank you, E2 family, for suggesting Albert. Now on to the last two here. We'll start with this brown coach here. So this is a famous Season 5 character who was not brought back in the CGI series, sadly. Although I wish they could have. But this is Old Slow Coach. Now, Old Slow Coach appeared in only 2 episodes, strangely. I think she could have done better if she was in Season 6 and 7. And I don't know what position Old Slow Coach couples up, but I just made her hook up to the front.
11.
So, that's Old Slow Coach. As a wood custom, I think I did a pretty good job with Old Slow Coach. If you guys like her as a character, tell me in the comment section. Now on to the last custom of this segment. So this is Beppe, the Italian coach, and the face is based off of Popular Paxton's face. So some of you may remember that I made a custom of Lorenzo a while back, but now I have his coach Beppe. Lorenzo and Beppe are a duo, and Beppe faces backwards like he does in the CGI series.
Cute.
So I think Beppe looks pretty good as well.
11.
So that's all of the customs for this custom model segment. So thanks for watching this new upgrade engines plus new engines video. If there's a specific engine you want me to make into a custom in wood form, tell me in the comment section. There are a few models that I would like to make one day. Like, I was intrigued by the new customs the YouTube family made. I think I might do those soon. Except for the private ones, because you need to ask permission to make those. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more on Tammy Tate 2009.